his work ethic, coming from an 8th grader, getting into an 0-2 at the districts as a freshman to being a state runner-up was just phenomenal. His work ethic was just unmatched. He was a very interesting wrestler for one. He didn't start wrestling until the 8th grade, so he was kind of behind that first year. And then his freshman year, he made it to the districts, but he went 0-2, didn't win any matches. But it bothered him so bad that summer, he promised me he'd wrestle 100 matches. Going into his sophomore year, I mean, he made leaps and bounds. He went from being 0-2 at the districts to make it to the state tournament as a sophomore and winning a match. You know, his sophomore year, he went 1-2 at the state tournament. He drove him nuts. He continued to work. Junior year, made it back, went 1-2 again, you know, and then it's kind of, we hit a wall. And then, you know, his senior year, you know, he bought into some new things and really got good on top with some tilts that we had been working on. He got really good at the tilt on top. We called it a Kibler tilt. And man, he rode it to being state runner-up. I think his wrestling definitely transitioned into his football. He was a really good athlete. I mean, in his football, he played defensive end at 135 pounds.
Steve was Super Steve, as it's called him, and he was a machine. He was very aggressive and very intelligent on the field. Those guys couldn't get a hold of Steve, and he could avoid, not get tied up, and he could read the line, he could read the formations, and like you said, he could be where the ball was going to be, and he was already there. He knew where it was going to be. Played in an all-star game, him and I, and we had Fairfield and Coach McCarty was our coach, and then they had the Lancaster coach was our defense coordinator. Steve says I played hard in defensive, that defensive coach from Lancaster just kind of chuckled at the way he played defense. Well, Coach McCurdy said, well, he'll probably start defense. He had like 3 or 4 stacks. I don't even know how many tackles. It was awesome. Punt return, and he was coming back to put a crackback block on somebody, man. And he hit this kid, and all the paint flew off the front of his helmet. He was somewhat vocal in practice when it came to lead. He played by things, and he worked at it. He played hard. His plays did the talking for him.
When he walked in some place, people noticed him, and he walked with his chest out, ready to go, and he could back it up. He walked out there, and he just got after people. He could get up the field, and you know, he showed tackling, and it's then the way of his double legs that he shot. On the field, he was very excited and enthusiastic. Dynamite comes in small packages, and Steve is, explosive. Just a great all-around player and leader, man. Like I said, he didn't mess around. He didn't step out of line. You know, he was a good example for the younger kids, and you know that's what you need in a captain and a leader. It ended up being my first state finalist, and just the relationship me and Steve had. He still calls me coach to this day, and the love that me and him have for each other. You know, it just talking about it tonight just melts my heart.
You don't get any better than Steve Young.